I just, for the love of God, could not tell you where my tripod is. So I think I'm just gonna film my video like this. I'm not. Hey guys. Cheers. Oh, that was hot. So, I'm back in uni. For those of you who don't know, my name's Emma and I dropped out of college about a year and a half ago. I made a video about it then and I said that I didn't know if I was gonna go back or not. And clearly, here we are. I'm back. To give you a quick update, I've been doing a lot of things since then. I got a job, I saved some money, I moved to the other side of the world. I traveled in Australia and New Zealand, spent Christmas away from my family for the first time ever. Then I moved to Melbourne, got an internship, finished the internship, realized I was homesick, flew back home, spent time with my family, then flew back to Australia. I got a free upgrade to business class. I did make a video about that. If you want to see it, link is in the description box. I traveled up the West Coast with my parents, which was an amazing trip that I'll never forget. And now I'm here, back in school and talking to you guys about it. If you think I made this cup of tea just for this video to make it look cozy, then you're completely right. Alright, so if you've seen my videos before, which it is quite likely that you haven't. If you have seen my videos before, I first of all want to thank you, and you might be wondering, how did you get to this decision? In this video, I want to talk to you guys about how I came to the decision of going back to uni, what my new major is, slash what bachelor's degree I'm eventually getting at the end of these 4 years, where I'm living currently, and what my plans are for the future. Without further ado, let's just get started. Like I said before, I didn't think I was ever gonna go back to uni, and to be really honest, I didn't really know I was gonna go through with this whole thing until really the first day of school. I was very unsure all throughout the summer and I had many anxiety attacks about it. I didn't really pay my tuition until like 2 weeks before it was due because, like I said, I was so unsure, and mainly I just didn't want to do the wrong thing again, and then after 2 years have to go through that whole process again of dropping out, or even worse, I was scared that I would be too afraid to drop out a second time and then be stuck in a situation that I really didn't want to be in. By the end of the last time I was in uni, I was in such a terrible place and I really just didn't want to get back to that place. I mean, like, it was just not good and I was not completely recovered from that. However, let's move on to some good news. When I did actually go to my first day of classes and I was walking around in the halls, and even when I was walking from the metro station to my uni, I just felt like God's hand was all over this, and ever since then my guardian angels have been sending me so many messages through numerology and songs and all sorts of other things, even in dreams, that this is the right decision and that I am in the right place, and I'm so grateful for that. After the first week or so, I gained so much perspective, and I could see that throughout all these 4 years before ending up right where I am now, God was just moving so many things in my life and facing me with so many challenges and directing me in a certain way to where now I am ready and I'm mature enough to actually take my education seriously and prioritize that and prioritize my own health. And the lessons that I learned in the past years were 100% necessary, and I knew that, but now I also understand why and how it is currently helping me and affecting me and helping me just live a better and healthier and happier life. That does not mean I'm learned out and now I've like got it and this is it and I'm like all good. I'm definitely still going through a lot and I'm still learning a lot and I'm still trying to figure so many things out. But I do see how if I would have ended up in the place where I am now when I was 18, straight out of high school, it would have not ended well for me, even though I do think now I am I'm in the right place and this is the right degree for me. If I would have started with this, I don't think it would have worked out all that well, if that makes any sense. Also, if you know me in person or if you watched literally any of my other videos, you know I don't really wear makeup anymore, but I still love makeup so much and like doing it. I just don't really have any events. So sitting down for a video is now my event to put on a little eyeshadow. All right, so you might be wondering, Emma, what are you studying? And let me tell you, it could not be any more different from international studies than this. I'm doing a double bachelor's, which means I will have 2 degrees by the end of these 4 years, one being in pedagogy and the other being elementary education. So at the end of this, I'll also be a certified elementary school teacher, which suits me a lot better, I know. And yeah, everyone that I talk to is just like, wow, that's very different from what you did before. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the point. As you've seen in the title, the university that I'm attending now is University of Amsterdam, which I am so thrilled about. Being back in Amsterdam, I just realized how much I did not belong in The Hague, even outside of me studying the wrong thing and having chosen the wrong bachelor's degree for me. The city itself also just was not the place for me. I was not happy there. I never felt at home there. I discussed this with my friends. Even after living there for 2 years, I just did not feel like that place was my home ever. I do think also University of Amsterdam is a perfect fit for me. Just the way the school is, the vibe on campus, the people that walk around there. Obviously, I did get a really limited view of Leiden University because we were separated from the main campus. So if you do international studies and you're a prospect student, be careful. I mean, not be careful, but just be mindful that you will be in a very limited part of the uni because you won't be living in Leiden. Now, I don't know how fun Leiden is for international students in general because it's a very like typical Dutch university atmosphere in Leiden, but even still, like, you're very separated. So you are in a smaller group of people with limited amount of options of what you can and can't do. I love being part of a bigger campus, but a smaller bachelor's because the teacher-student relationship is so much better because we are only 60 people in my year. And then I am loving my study so far. It's so fun. My introduction to pedagogy class is my favorite. Overall, the teachers are really good. As for where I'm living, if you did used to watch my videos, or if you have watched previous videos, you know I lived in The Hague. I lived on my own. I love living by myself. I loved the apartment we had. It was just so amazing. I just love that apartment still, and I'm so happy that that was the first place truly that I lived on my own. I lived somewhere before that, but I like to not count it because I kind of hated it there. And then obviously I went to Australia, so I lived on my own there, and now I moved back into my parents. I live in a suburb right outside of Amsterdam, and it only made sense. Also, finding a house in Amsterdam is really hard, and it is so expensive to live there. And then the last probably important question is, what is next for me? Because I've had a very turbulent post-high school situation, which might be the case for everyone, but I'm only living my experience, and I know that for me it has not been smooth sailing whatsoever. I live for fall themed flavored teas. All of a sudden it stopped recording and I was like, what happened? But this camera doesn't record over 30 minutes. And apparently I've been talking for way too long, so let's just wrap it up. Mainly, I'm trying to take it easy. I know for myself that in the past, I would just take too many things on at once, too many new things, and I would kind of run out of steam, run out of energy, and just in general, I tend to lose track of everything that I'm doing, and then chaos starts in my brain and my life just kind of starts to crumble around me, and it's just not really fun for anyone. That is it for this video. I have no clue how long this is going to be. I have about 40 minutes of footage, and I definitely do not need to put all of that in there. I talked way too much. I did write a script, but I went way off because I love to ramble. And I'm also not saying that if you have dropped out of uni that you need to go back. I still believe that university is not for everyone, and definitely in this world that is changing so much, you don't need a degree for everything, but I just found myself on a path where it would be very wise to have a degree of some sort, because if you want to work with children, you really need to know what you're doing. If you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. I have 2 videos planned for the coming 2 weeks already. One is things that I did not like about Leiden University. Someone requested that, and so that is coming. And then the other one is a what I eat in a week. So if you think those videos sound interesting, consider subscribing to my channel. I would love it. I'm almost at 500 subscribers and it would be so fun if we could hit that. So definitely subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description box. I just kind of post on there more daily, especially on my story. I try to post things about spirituality, positive things, also about the climate and awareness and like social awareness and all that sort of stuff. So if you're into that, then definitely follow me on Instagram. And that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I think that was pretty good.